Yes, people. Yes, people. Welcome back to the Friend and Foe show. It's your boy Manny Good Vibes, and I'm here with my two co-hosts. We got Daniel. Daniel, what are you telling me, bro?
Bro, I'm good. Look, listen, people who've watched this before know who I support, and for me to wear this top, just where my head is at the minute.
And we got the beautiful Yan City, the birthday girl. She's happy today, boy. And Valentine's tomorrow. What are you telling me, Yan?
I don't celebrate Valentine's Day, to be fair.
Oh, why are you lying for, man? But happy birthday. You out here lying, like.
You know what it is, man? You know what it is? As soon as the live button goes on, Yannicka just wants to be humble, isn't it?
She wants to be humble, you know.
I've actually never celebrated it. I've never had a Valentine on Valentine's Day.
Cool, man. I'm sending flowers to your house tomorrow anyway. You get me? And probably with a 10-piece bucket and thing, you get me? Because I know I owe you that one still. But how are you feeling today, Yannicka? Yeah. Happy birthday as well. Happy belated. In fact, it's still your birthday, you get me? 30 and all that. How you feeling, man? What you been up to?
Great. I've been watching my team. Take some W's.
Let's start with that, Yannicka. Are you going to win the league? I'm going to ask you straight away. Are you going to win the league? Like, is the league done? Like, don't be humble. Say what's in your mind. Say what you say on the City group chat.
To be honest, I did say that if we beat Liverpool, Tottenham and Everton, it's done. But we haven't beaten Everton yet. But yeah, I think it's getting closer to... I wouldn't ever say it's done because it's not mathematically done, but it would be very difficult for another team to overtake City. Do you know what I mean? Because, like I've said a lot, City will drop points, but Man United will also drop points. But it depends, obviously, where you lose them. Because if City had lost to Anfield and then lost to Spurs, Man United are right behind us. So if they go ahead, they could get momentum and just go on a run. Whereas right now, it's looking like City are winning the big games that they need to win. So if we continue to do that, it might be Man United that drop points before us, which is always helpful. So yeah, I think it's looking like it's City's title, definitely.
Well, it's City's title because let's be honest, Liverpool aren't going to do much. Well, we're out of it. Klopp already said it. Leicester ain't going to do much. And do you really trust Oli and United? They're the only serious team about.
Boy.
Look at that. Look at Randy's response.
Nah, do you know what it is for me? Yeah, the title's done. I can't even lie, man. It's all done. Congratulations, City. You get me? They've wrapped it up. What number is this for you? Number 2 or something? Number? I'm joking. But what number is this for you, man?
Number 5 for Aguero, innit? That's all you need to know.
Number 5 for Aguero. Do you know what? Yeah, it's so mad, isn't it? Because the thing is, mathematically, Manchester United can do it, innit? We can actually do it because I do think City will drop points at one point. Do you know what I mean? They will drop points. As he says, can't wait for Man City to get knocked out of the Champions League. Oh, normal, innit? Like Jose said, heritage, innit? It happens. You don't need to think about that. But it's just because we have man like Oli in charge, innit? What's gonna? I don't even think we're gonna finish second. We're not even second at the moment. To be fair, we're third, innit? Leicester on top of us.
But wait. You say you're not gonna finish second. Let's be honest. Who's gonna finish above United? Because I can't see it being Liverpool. I can't see it being Leicester.
I see it being Leicester, though. I can't even lie to you. I see it being Leicester, and only because they seem to know what they. I think they would have learned from last season. That's one, and then number 2, the reason obviously why I think they dropped out of top 4 last season was because they had quite a few injuries. Vardy's come back. He's been in and out of the team all season, but still, I think with strikers like Vardy and Aguero, no matter how long you're out for, the moment you're back in, you're there, you're banging goals, innit? That's just what it is. And it's like, I don't want to take nothing away from Molly because the position we're in at the moment, it's down to something that Oli must be doing, and what the clubs do, what the players are doing in it. But then if you look at the games that we've literally been playing shit. The first 20 minutes of every game, more or less, is shit. When we finish every game, give or take a few, we look like we want to give up the 3 points or we want to share a point. For example, Everton. Do you know what I mean? Like Everton could have easily walked away with the 4 point I say 4 points like it's basketball with the 3 points in it. They could have easily walked away with the 3 points. So I just don't. I want to finish second, but I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Oh, what's that? Man City ain't got a better squad than United, but they got a better manager and their players.
You don't believe that, though.
Yeah, I don't even believe that. I can't even lie.
I don't believe that, man. I think there's an issue with like United fans. I think that's why some fans don't like Oli, even though I don't think Oli's that great, but they think the squad is a lot better than it is. Like, I don't know how you can say you think City's squad is worse than United's. Deeper, City were playing Cancelo at right back now. Let's say they have a full fit squad and Cancelo's playing crap. Cool. Cancelo chops bench, Kyle Walker comes in. If AWB chops bench, Brandon Williams comes in. Like, come on, like there's actually levels to this. Like, you don't need
that's
to lie.
That's the wrong example to you.
Even if you go player to player, Man City's squad is better than United's. You might get a few players in the team, but it's not better. If you think defensively, you could argue Luke Shaw. That's about it in the back line.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, midfield, if De Bruyne's fit, De Bruyne gets in, fair enough. I would probably put Pogba in there. But the way on form, Gundogan's got to be in there. So it's just, it's on form. It's madness.
Look, listen, that's the perfect segue for the next topic. Why go on with Gundogan? Like, he's moving mad, He's moving mad. I'm pretty sure he's one of the highest top scorers in the league right now, if I check it.
Well, I'm just pissed off, innit, for my FPO.
Nine goals in 9 games.
You telling me man has more goals than Martial? Are you telling me man's strike conversion is better than Martial's? That's kind of mad still. That's kind of mad. That's kind of mad. No, do you know what? Yeah, he's moving something else. You know what it pisses me off with? It's the FPO, innit? My boy picked him in his team just because, like he was the only one he could pick with the points he had, innit? And man just getting him, man just banging goal after goal every week. Nah, if I try to put him in my team, he's moving mad expensive, bruv. But no, he's gone.
No, Gundogan's on 11 goals, 1 behind Jamie Vardy, 2 behind Son and Kane, 2 behind Calvert-Lewin, 2 behind Bruno Fernandes, and 6 behind Mohamed Salah. So,
wait, are you telling me? Yeah, it does. But are you telling me that Kane and Son are still at the top? They're still joint top scorers?
They've got 13 each. They're not top. Salah's got 17. But yeah, they're joint second. They're on the same as Fernandes, Calvert-Lewin. Yeah. So, yeah.
I guess this one's for you anyways. I heard you say
Calvert-Lewin.
No, I know what she's gonna say. She said it on the man when she was doing her watch along. She was like, no one come tell me about Bruno.
Did you see what she wrote on Twitter? There was like a question.
I didn't see.
It was like Pogba Bruno in the Champions League final. And then she's like, if you want to win the game, Pogba. Yannicka does not rate Bruno.
You know what? It's not that I don't rate Bruno. I just think Pogba is better, personally. So, like, don't get me wrong, Bruno is having the season of his life. He's having a fantastic season. But it's kind of like this. If you said to me, who's having the better season, Gundogan or De Bruyne, Gundogan is having the better season. If you say to me, who is the better player, Gundogan or De Bruyne, it's De Bruyne. So this is what I mean in terms of Man United. Yes, Bruno is having a better season than Pogba on paper, but Pogba is the better player. So it's just like that. That's the way I see it. So, like, I haven't seen anything from Bruno that tells me that he would win you a Champions League final. Yeah. I've seen Pogba win the World Cup. I've seen Pogba score in a final for Man United. I haven't seen that from Bruno. All I've seen is that semi-finals, Man United going out and him not doing anything. So from what I've seen so far, there's nothing to suggest that he would. The same way Aguero has won Man City the league. So if I had to trust in any striker at City to score us the winning goal, you know, in a key game, I'm always going to put my trust in Aguero. And it's not that the other players can't do it, but it's just I've seen it before from Aguero. So obviously the confidence is there.
Yeah, players is out say Bruno plays under shit manager. I think it's a bit of both though with Bruno, like and the shit manager. Because you see with Bruno, yeah, if I think if you put Bruno into a system, yeah, he would be more effective in terms of what he would do in the game, but his output will be less.
Yep.
His
Spot
output will be so much less. At the moment, Bruno's running ragged. He's doing what he wants.
Yeah.
Like 9 times out of 10, if you look at his heat map for the game, he's more or less playing as a striker. Even with Donny, even with not Donny, what am I saying? Even with Cavani on the pitch, his heat map shows that he's playing more as a central striker than the actual striker. So it's a bit of both. I do think like if you see him when he plays for Portugal, I've watched him a few times, yeah, and I'm telling you, they're two different Brunos. He is so much more effective in what he does in the game, but then his output is so much less, so much less. Do you know what I mean? And I know people might say, "Oh yeah, but it's Portugal. He's going to be playing through like Ronaldo." But even still, like I think he's more effective in an 8. But when you tell him to do that 10 and do what he wants, a second striker, yeah, that's when it's a bit peak for me. Salah is a scrub, man. He's a pace and power man.
Whoa! I need to take this one. Look, if you're gonna insult Liverpool, calm.
Wait. You're wearing the Leicester City shirt. What do you mean, bruv? If you're gonna insult,
the reason why I'm wearing this top here is because I have to pay homage. Wait. I'll show you who I need to pay homage to. But Abdi, respect Salah, bro. Like this is what his 4th season, scoring 20 plus goals. He's the top scorer with 17 goals. Saying that he's a pace and power merchant. Abdi, like, you need to allow it. Like, you're a United fan with Poch as your background. You need to allow it, bro. I can't take you seriously.
The greatest Nigerian in the Premier League.
Bro, today he was unbelievable. So I was like, yeah, I need to pay him homage because he's Nigerian, isn't it? Nigeria over Liverpool. But Salah ain't no scrub. Like, let's be serious here. Like, I know there's rivalries, but Salah's not a scrub. Let's not lie.
The thing with Salah, yeah, is like for me, I have a lot of people. A lot of people have different opinions about Salah. Some people say he's literally just like, well, I guess it is a scrub, but I actually think he has a lot more to his game than people actually give credit to. Like 9 times out of 10, he can't beat a man, but when he does beat a man, he beats a man. Man can whip a ball in if he wants to. He can cross a ball in. I think there's a lot more to his game to just say that he's someone that just scores. He scores more than just tap-ins, but a lot of his goals that he scored this season have actually been sick goals. They've actually
even
been
his
sick
goals
goals.
today, like zero backlift, and he puts it past Kasper Schmeichel. Like, I don't know. I think Salah's too disrespected for my liking. Like, if any other club had a player scoring as much goals as him, they wouldn't be chatting shit about that player. And I don't know why Salah gets the hate he gets.
And you know what's so mad about that, yeah? Until Jan said it the other time, I didn't know he was top scorer, innit? Because 17 goals did you say in the league?
Yeah.
So man's a scrub, he's shit, and he's scored 17 goals in the league. 17 goals in the league. These times, yeah, Martial's on what? 3? 3? I love Martial, you know, but only I'm just being fair here, innit? Like, we can't try and obviously like forget about the rivalry, yeah. When it comes to football, yeah, we can't talk shit about we can't give what's his name, Martial, some sort of leeway, but then when it comes to Salah, say man's a scrub, man shit. Like, nah, man, he's doing his thing. He's doing what he needs to do in that Liverpool team. Now, if you want to give energy to Trent, I'm here for that because man's shit. Luke Shaw's got more assists than Trent this season. And this is apparently some flying, attacking fullback. Like, come on. Let's move on.
Trent ain't shit, but I want to ask you a question. I'm happy you mentioned Martial. I've been seeing it all over my Twitter. Martial versus Marcus Rashford. Somebody pulled out the stats, which for me, like, I hate when people are doing a direct player comparison and the first thing you go to is stat. Like, you watch the player, like, describe what he does, but the stats are quite similar. And the energy for Rashford is very different to the energy for Martial. So what's your opinion on it as a United fan?
Bro, do you know what? Yeah, like it's a weird one, innit? Because I actually had this conversation with my boys like last week, innit? And I was saying like with this has happened. I said Manchester United, we need a new striker in it. Not because I think Martial is dead. I just don't think Martial is a striker who's going to get us 20 plus goals every single season. I can't remember who pulled up the stats, but I think Martial's basically been here like 6 years now. And out of those 6 years, yeah, he's had 17 goals. Well, I think his first year was 17 goals in it in all comps. This year was 21. Last year's season was 21. In between then, it's just been in between seasons. Do you know what I mean? Just in between 11 here, maybe 10. Do you know what I mean? But with the whole Martial thing, first and foremost, I do think like number one, Manchester United need a new striker, someone who's going to guarantee you goals. Now, I don't give him. Obviously, I'm calling him out here, but I'm going to allow him for one factor because of the system we're playing with. Because I think, like for example, if we should bring up Mohamed Salah, yeah, and play Mohamed Salah up top, yeah, he's not getting those 17 goals that he scored this season. Why? Because we don't create enough chances. We do not create enough chances. The only game I can say, even like against Southampton, when we put 9 past them, yeah, I think big chances. I think we created 6. Was it 6 big chances?
Yeah, give or take. Yeah,
give or take. Do you know what I mean? 6 big chances. So it's like you could replace Martial. You could replace Martial of any striker currently in the league, and they still won't get as many goals as they have now, innit? But then the whole Martial versus Rashford thing, I think is it's simple. Rashford is from Manchester. He was born in Manchester. He came through the academy. Martial was bought from Monaco. Do you know what I mean? At the time, and people don't like his attitude. People don't like his attitude. So any opportunity they get to slander the guy, they will. Like big up Daniel. When Daniel dropped the whole tweet, and then someone meant to go and steal it and put on their page. But when I hate it, but I saw it. Yeah, I wanted to tweet it out, but I just thought, you know what? Yeah, it is what it is, isn't it? Daniel. Everyone knows that Daniel posted the tweet first, innit? But when Daniel posted the tweet, someone replied on the tweet and was like, "Well, look at his running stats. Do you know what I mean? Compared to Rashford, innit?" And I'm like, half the time, yeah, when you see half the time when Rashford's in the game this season, probably like for 70-80% of the game, he's not there. He's lost. But then the games that Martial does start, yeah, 80% of the game, he's there. He's trying to affect the game, innit? And I just don't think at the moment we're getting the best out of him. And that's and it's unfair, man. It's unfair that Rashford can obviously get away with it. Now, if Martial was pulled out, if Martial was put on the left predominantly, and Rashford was put up top predominantly, I think the energy would be a lot quiet. I don't think we'll hear anything about Martial. I just think it's because he's playing up top. And at the moment, we need goal scorers, isn't it? We need goals. That's the one thing that we're lacking, goals.
But didn't he want to be a striker? Because like I heard that like when Ibra took his striker spot, took the number 9, he was fuming. And then now that he's been number 9, like you said, he's not scoring enough goals. So like obviously, if you put him out on the left, maybe the energy would be different. But he's playing in a position that he wants to play in, and he's not really producing.
But do you know what is? Do you know what is for me? It's a bit of both. Like RB says here, our striker's barely getting any touches in the box. When Cavani came on against West Ham, 35 minutes he played. I think he had 11 touches, 0 inside the box. Cavani, yeah, this is when it comes down to our system. Cavani, as everyone knows, is a fox in the box. Cavani's got all these goals here from being in the box. Maybe a few outside the box where you got the wonder strikes, do you know what I mean? But predominantly, 90% of his goals come from inside the box. But this season, in Manchester United, my guys decided to do a little Firmino role. Man's even playing number 10. He's swapped positions with Bruno. He's playing number 10 and Bruno's playing up top.
Yeah, he's doing the link-up play thing.
You know what I mean? So who do you blame for that? You got to blame the system. And this is why I think like Martial is just not the only one that's like suffering under the system. It's also Cavani. Do you know what I mean? Abdi says Martial's not coached and plays under no. Martial's not coached and plays under no system, which I 100% agree with. We need a new coaching team. That's the bottom line. Our strikers don't get any food. We don't get the best out of any of our players, which is true. The only player I can say this season that we've probably got the best out of, but I think that's just like based on a confidence thing, is probably Luke Shaw.
Luke Shaw, yeah, 100.
Luke Shaw, and then when Eric Bailly played.
And Scott McTominay. I won't lie. Recently,
When he plays as the number 8, though.
Yeah, recently he shut me up because I thought that guy was dead. But I can't lie, he's not dead. He's not a dead football player. So he's another one I'm thinking, okay, Oli has gotten the best out of him. But now I hear that. I haven't looked at it that way, to be fair, because before I came on the show, I was thinking like people need, my opinion before you said that, I thought people just need to allow it like with Martial. All I'm hearing with him is always excuses. Like, yes, I understand you need to get coached, but the thing I feel with him is the same problems that were there when Jose was a coach are still there now. And I haven't seen any form of improvement.
When you say problems, what are you talking about, though? That one you got to elaborate on, cuz.
Okay, I'll elaborate on that one. I feel like in the final third, one thing that's very important is the runs you make. For example, now, City's first penalty, I think City's first goal, City had it on the left, Spurs are completely in control. Gundogan makes a run, and because of that run, Højbjerg has to go in the box with him. I feel Martial always wants the ball to feet, which is fair enough. When the ball's at his feet, he's a very good football player. But then you can't have the ball to feet all the time. Because in the Premier League, defenders are going to take the ball off you. And for me, I thought that was a problem under Jose, and I still feel that's a problem now under Oli. I feel like if he added more runs into his game, he'd become more unpredictable. So that's what I mean by problems.
More running to his game, bruv.
Like running like runs, like off the shoulder.
Oh, you mean like in behind?
In behind, yeah, in behind.
Oh, but you know what? Yeah, like I do understand that. Yeah, it's down to like a coaching thing because I think Oli did come out. Was it last season? And said, "Oh, he needs to make more runs in behind." Well, the guy needs to make more runs in behind. Why are you not training that? That's why, because if you want to do something, you practice at it, right? If you want someone to do something, you get them to practice at it. It doesn't look like that's what they're doing. So, like, I'm not going to blame Martial at that. But then there was that points at last season where he was doing that. So what's changed this season? I don't know. And then you said something obviously about Martial, it's like what Jan City says about Jesus, innit? When he was at was it Panama he came from or something like that? Palmeiras, my bad. Man's talking about Panama like it's what do you call that? Prison break. But yeah, Palmeiras, yeah, like he never played. Apparently, he never played as a striker. There, he played on the wings. Martial, when he broke,
from what I saw, he was always sort of out wide. But apparently, Pep's saying now that he might play him on the left and bring in a striker that's going to get us like Aguero numbers.
Yeah, that would be good, didn't it? Because like I've always said it, yeah. As much as I like Martial, if I was the manager, yeah, Martial's not playing up top for me. I won't even lie to you. Yeah. Martial and Rashford, yeah. I'll sit them down and say, you see that left hand side, yeah. Both of you are gonna own that. That's for you. Whoever plays is up to you guys. Do you know what I mean? That's literally how I'll play. If I was like when I play Football Manager, yeah. Literally, like every time, you know, your assistant coach, if you set it like that, he would tell you, oh yeah, this is a team and Martial's up top. Never. You don't play up. He plays on the wings. Him and Rashford both take. Whoever, I give you 3 games. If you're not scoring a goal, you're assisting, I drop you. That's how I do it. And obviously, I know it's FM, but I was saying when Martial broke through, at Monaco or wherever, or let's say the game that everyone knew, he was playing on the right when he ripped up Arsenal in the Champions League. That was on the right. He was playing on the right. He then comes to United. He then starts off on the left. Martial then goes up top because I think there was a period where Wayne Rooney actually got injured. And then we saw Martial up top a lot. And then the other problem you had there with Wayne Rooney wanted to play in midfield. He even came out at one point, or Van Gaal, so he came out at one point and said, yeah, he's asked me to play in midfield. He's told me that he wants to play in midfield, innit? So anyways, Martial has it's one season he had, innit? One season, yeah. He had one season under Van Gaal because we bought Memphis first year. So he has one season under Van Gaal. Obviously, he does that wonder thing at Liverpool. Yeah, beautiful, innit? That goal was crazy still. I can't even lie. That goal was crazy, but
the thing, this is my issue with Martial. Like, he's a good player, he's a talented player, but like, look at how far back you had to go back for him. Like, if
No, but what I was gonna say, after that is that then after Van Gaal, when he was with Jose, probably he never played up top. Probably 1 or 2 games. He never played up top at all. Do you know what I mean? The year that Mourinho came through, the first thing he did, what did he do? He bought a striker that was going to get in numbers, which I have nothing wrong with. I agree with. The season after, he bought Lukaku, which I agree with. You know, you need a striker that's going to give you numbers. And the only reason why I bought Lukaku was because at the time, Zlatan was injured. If Zlatan didn't get injured, I don't think we would have got Lukaku. We would have got someone like probably Morata. Do you know what I mean? Or even like
you even wanted Morata.
We wanted Morata.
Yeah,
We wanted Morata, but Chelsea went for them. But then our next best thing was Lukaku. It's like, okay, you know what? He's going to get us goals. And I think it was around that time as well that what's his name? Zlatan got injured. Anyway, Jose leaves, and then when Oli comes in for that first part of that season, he didn't actually for that half of that the remainder of the season, Rashford was playing up top, not Martial. Rashford was then playing up top. The next season, Martial gets his number 9 back, and then he's playing up top and he gets numbers. So now this is his second season where he's actually playing up top. But then even then, Oli goes to get Cavani, and Martial's playing out on the left now. So really, why are we slating a man for playing out on the left, and doing what he needs to do, affecting the game like the way he's affected the game throughout his career, playing on the left? I don't understand it, me personally.
But do you really think he's affecting it as well as he can this season? Bro, you need to translate for that, because I don't understand the word he said.
Do you know what? Panama c'est le Champions League. On peut dire I think man's trying to say Manchester City ain't winning no Champions League. You get me?
Yeah.
And I agree with you.
City in there, love.
Yeah, but big up yourself, ultra Parisian. Like I beg you, translate that for me, because my friend, I'll tell you this, during my French GCSEs, I walked into that exam, and no word of a lie, 5 minutes later, I walked out and I said, what's the point? I literally said it. I said, what's the point? I was like, what's the point? I don't know what I'm reading. So, man, I don't know what that said.
I wish I'd learned French. Like, when I was a kid, I was like, I do not want to learn French at all. But then my mum and dad moved to France like 2 years ago or something like that. And I was like, I wish I spoke French. It's sick.
I said he's not saying that. It's Spanish for me. But do you know what? For me, what film was it?
Understand. German I can understand, but not French.
No, German, Do you know what threw me? Because I actually did German first year in year 7, but what threw me off here was when I didn't understand why they were calling it Dutch. But I'm like, Dutch or whatever. I'm like,
Deutsch.
But it's not Holland's language. Why do they call it that? It's Germany. Shouldn't it be like German? So that's what always spun me in it. But
German's easy, man. I think German is just like English.
Nah, German ain't easy, man.
When it's spoken, I can't understand it. Like if someone was speaking in German, I'd be like, nah. But written, I think it's quite easy.
What written? And do you understand it?
What, German? A little bit. I used to be, when I was like 16, I was almost like fluent in German, like, and then I completely lost it. Like I lost it. I don't know anything now.
Yeah, do you know what that
basic stuff?
Yeah, that's like with me with like Yoruba, innit? Obviously, like man's a Yoruba demon, big up. But like my Yoruba back then was
I read the Europa League. That's what it says.
United are gonna win the Europa League. Yeah, that's what I agree with. That. I agree.
Like in the Europa League. That's it.
United are in the Europa League. United are gonna win the Europa League, something like that.
No, don't say win.
Allow it, man. Allow it. Abdi Glazer's out. Fred is not a passion merchant. Oh yeah, there was actually a question from Abdi.
What's his question?
No, it was earlier, and I think it was the beginning of the stream. I think it was something to do with yeah, I'm not going to answer this question. I don't even know if it's true, but I'll leave it to you lot, innit? Obviously, the outsiders. What do you lot think about Woodward giving Oli a contract extension? Wait, actually, is that legit?
I understand it. I understand why he'd want to. I read an article it was long ago, that the Glazers and Ed Woodward actually believe in Oli. And this was when United weren't doing well. And then obviously from when that article was written, Oli finishes third. You guys are now, okay, when you beat West Brom tomorrow, because I can't see you guys losing or drawing, you go second in the league. From then on, like, it's only been up and up. So they're probably thinking, oh yeah, our opinion is justified. Let's give him a new contract However, like, let's be serious, man. Like, Oli
But you know
ain't
what?
it.
Yeah, Ole's not it. But you know, I really do believe, yeah, that they're not going to give him a contract in it. And the reason why I'll say this is it's just the whole Poch thing. Everyone knew that Woodward wanted Poch. Yeah, man wanted Poch at the end of the season. Everyone expected Poch to leave Spurs at the end of the season. He gets sacked midway through the season. It's like, okay, rah, that's our man and stuff. But then Oli went on this incredible run until the winter break, more or less. And then everything since then has just been a roller coaster. But I think they would probably look at it and say, like, do you know what? My man's got to how many semi-finals? He hasn't really bagged. In this same amount of time that he's had, yeah, that every single manager has had after Moyes, they've won a trophy. He hasn't. I don't think they're gonna give him another contract. They'll probably let him see it to the end of his 18 month, just based on the fact that if Poch doesn't win the Champions League, yeah, with PSG within that 18 months, so obviously they probably give him this season, the next season. If he doesn't, then he's walking away, and I think United will just walk in. If that's the plan, I still don't want Oli here in it, but I'm at the point where I don't know, man. I don't care. I don't believe it. I think they made that mistake when they gave him the full-time job, when they said they wanted to wait, and then they gave it to him in March. I think that was the big mistake that
Do you
they
think
made.
they got gassed?
They got gassed. Everyone was saying, give him the contract. We were further than when them big BT Sports was like, I don't care what it is, yeah, give him the contract, let him sign. How many zeros do you want or something like that? Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. But yeah, okay. So he's saying United are in the Europa League. Cough, cough. Liverpool joining us soon anyway. Well, not joining. We'll be in Champions League next season. They'll be in Europa. This Europa League makes me Norwegian bum even more. Yeah, I agree, because like every time we think about it, bro, like it's mad that we're actually going to start Europa. I think we're starting on Thursday. This Thursday, yeah, we're playing
week.
against
Yeah.
the Europa League. How on earth, yeah, did we beat PSG, slap Leipzig, then get beat by obviously you get 6 points. You then go to Istanbul. Okay, they slap you, cool. You then slap Istanbul, yeah, be like, listen, respect your elders, yeah. And then get slapped by a City, and then get humiliated by Leipzig. So basically, yeah, if we want to deep it, yeah, we've had 2 games, yeah, where we needed to get 1 point. 1 point. At least park the bus. That's something Jose would have done. That's something Jose would. Oh, we need 1 point. We're getting the 1 point today, and then the other game we can see what happens.
I think Jose would have, after the first 2 games, I think Jose would have won the next 2.
Nah. No, he would have won. He would have won the next one against Istanbul, yeah. But then let's say you needed 1 point, yeah. At that point, he would have made sure he got the 1 point in the next game. True. That's one thing I have to give to him. He will make sure he will get it to get through. Do you know what I mean? Right. I thought it was going to be the Yan City show today, but it's beginning to be the United show, you know. Bare United questions. Man United was crazy. I'm not even going to talk about him no more. But saying that, yeah, he hasn't had a bad season. I used to think, shout out to Flawless and JV Unit, them man have actually made me see that Lindelof is actually the worst central defender at Manchester United Football Club. I actually thought it was Maguire, but it's Lindelof.
Nah, it's definitely Lindelof, but
it's definitely Lindelof.
Maguire, I don't think he's crap. Like, people go overboard, but then he's also not amazing. Like, he also makes daft mistakes. You're thinking, like, what's going on here? Yeah. Like, even the Sheffield United goal, the second one, that back pass he gave to David De Gea, I'm thinking, like,
no, Dean Henderson.
Was it? Did Dean Henderson play against Sheffield United?
Yeah, it was Dean Henderson that played against Sheffield.
Yeah, okay.
Well, which one? You mean the one where they won?
Yeah, one they won.
Oh, that was David.
Yeah, so I'm thinking, like, bro, like, come on, man, you're a lot better. Like, you should be better than this. Like, he's not bad, but 80 million euros or pounds, whatever it was, you're expecting
80 million, 5 million add-ons. By the way, I want to know what the add-ons is. That what we win the Premier League. Leicester will probably win it before us, bruv. Imagine leaving Leicester, yeah, to come to Manchester United to win the Premier League, and Leicester win it before you. Mad.
I'd be fuming. But
you know what? Even it makes me like. Obviously, what pisses me off with the whole Maguire thing. If Maguire was like, obviously the price tag. People say don't look at the price tag, but you have to look at the price tag. You cannot not look at the price tag.
You can't ignore it.
Especially when the whole British media have hyped him up, yeah, that, oh yeah, he can come in and do what Van Dijk did at Liverpool. That was one. Number two, we're then linked with Ruben Diaz here. And to see what Ruben Diaz has done for City this season, do you know how stressful it is, yeah? To watch a man half his price, yeah, do 3 times. Bruv, I don't understand. He's just bruv, it just pisses me off. Like, we've got Maguire, bruv. Like, Maguire's not a bad defender, innit? But it's the fact that you've got Lindelof here, who was at the club before, and then you expect Maguire to come in and be the leader, the Manchester United captain. And he's none of that. He's not no leader. He ain't no captain. And I still replay back that whole Martial red card. The man was just standing there like and then you got other players around the ref trying to, say, oh no, but he did this first. You know what I mean? And my man's just there watching with his hands on his hip. Do you know what I mean? Cavani was better at PSG and Napoli. United don't play in spaces. 100%. That's agreed, innit? That's why you see man's dropping back and playing the deep line forward, innit? No. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. What is it? Play the it's just trolling. What's Jeremiah saying? He always comes with something reckless. Swear down.
Wait, Jeremiah. Like the thing is, like, I don't want to get on to United fans because obviously my team is in a predicament, so I don't want to be talking too much. However, what has changed? Like, I'm not gonna lie. Last week, City were still good and not conceding goals. This week, City are good and not conceding goals. Like, what changed? Like, United were never, like, no offense, City were never gonna drop 5 points and United gain 5 points at the same time. I just can't see it.
City will drop points.
City will drop points.
I don't see them dropping points this season. I can't even lie to you. I'm saying
they'll drop points. They'll drop points. Therefore, they're playing you soon. They're playing. I know you're gonna laugh. They're playing Arsenal soon, and I think Arsenal could do a thing. Not win, but they can draw.
It depends because De Bruyne should be back. De Bruyne loves the Emirates, man.
Oh my days, Manny, I agree with you. I was watching the game with my brother. Yeah, it was 3-0, and I think Sky do this on purpose. They showed Aguero warming up. I'm thinking, raw. City are slapping Spurs. They slapped Liverpool with no Aguero, no De Bruyne. We are now coming on like one.
Do you know what the biggest thing about today was? The fact there was no Diaz, and they still kept a clean sheet. Because I was thinking, without Diaz, we were going to concede, and we did. I know I do rate Laporte. Don't get me wrong, but Laporte and Stones are both not leaders. So I thought because they're both not leaders, they might make a mistake, but they didn't. So I don't know. I'm not saying we won't drop points. We will.
No.
It depends how close we are because Man United have done quite well at the Etihad recently, but it's always when there's no pressure on City to win. When there's been pressure on City to win in a title race, we normally beat Man United in that game. So I don't know. City will win it. If it's a big gap, City might lose. But if it's close, if Man United are 2 points, 3 points behind us, City will win it.
Yeah. Has Oli lost at Etihad? Huh? Oli, has he lost at the Etihad? I don't think he has, I think he lost
once. Yeah, once. Wasn't it no, we won at Etihad. Yeah, he lost.
You won in the Carabao Cup, but we went through anyway.
Yeah, he went through. I think he has lost.
And you won in the league when we went through.
He hasn't lost that. He hasn't lost actually. Because I think we beat them in the Carabao Cup. They beat us at home. We drew with them at home, and then we drew with them. This season we haven't played them yet, at their ground yet, so we don't know. But then even that, do you know when I say like City won't drop points, it's like there's certain games you got to look at. Like for example, if you're playing against Arsenal and you don't get 3 points, you drop points. If you're playing against like Sheffield United, the Fulham's, Aston Villa, you don't get 3 points, you drop points. But then if they go against the second fixture against Liverpool or Manchester United, if you get a point there, that's a good point. I don't see it as points dropped. Okay. I don't see it as points dropped. That's the way I'm looking at it. So when I'm saying I don't think we're going to drop points, that's how I'm looking at it. I'm not saying 3 points every single game. I'm thinking like the game where you need your 3 points, you get it. But there are games where if you take a point, you know how they say, oh yeah, the manager will be happy with a point there. Those kind of games, that's not points dropped at all. For me personally, innit? That's how I see it.
Yeah,
But
if we get a point against Man United, you're only getting a point as well. So it doesn't affect the title race, like you say. So yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. And I just wanted to quickly touch on this. Everyone's talking about Manchester United needing a new centre back here, which is 100%, and I agree with. But what I don't agree with is like a lot of our fan base are calling out for all these youngsters to come into our club here and be the leader, unless like you're Ruben Diaz. No, who's this kid? Is it Koundé? Koundé. I'm like, the guy's a younger bro. Like, why am I gonna bring him? Okay, Upamecano now, yeah, it's getting Bayern, innit? So obviously that's the table, innit? But now that even though Upamecano is going Bayern, he's getting there to be a big man, you know, play big football with big man. Yeah, as much as he might be a leader where he is, which I don't think he's the leader in that back line at Leipzig. Because if you watch the game, he is not the leader there. People just love the way he plays football and think, oh yeah, he can come and change our change and solidify and be that leader in the back line. No. If Manchester United want to be serious here, we need to go for a centre back here he's got service behind him. And when I say service, I'm looking for nothing less than 28 and over. 28 and over. Like, I wouldn't even care about this. What? Koulibaly, even if you're getting 2-3 years out of Koulibaly, my guys sign him. Even like to a degree, I'll even take Jerome Boateng, but as much as he might be finished, I think he's like 33 now. Take him. Look at Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva went to Chelsea, yeah, and as much as Chelsea are crap, yeah, you could see what he did for their back line. Do you know what I mean? And they needed that unity. They needed that leadership, and I think that's what Manchester United need, bro. That's what I need. Oh man, that's the thing. Like, look at Laporte. Yeah, Laporte is probably City's best centre back. Yeah, probably City's best centre back technically, innit? But the partnership with Diaz and Stones is lit because Diaz is the glue there. He's making Stones. Not that I'm not taking anything away from Stones' performances because he has been very, very decent this season, innit? But look at that partnership. And sometimes people tell you, a lot of people say it, when it comes to playing, when it comes to the centre back here, it's not about having the two best players. It's about having the partnership that works, and that's what we don't have. Oli could get himself sacked in next year. Yeah, I technically it depends. If next season, it depends on how bad it is. It really does depend on how bad it is. I do think if, like, for example, because of obviously the history Oli has with the club, if he was to finish, let's say, if it became like a Moyes thing where, yeah, you can't get top 4 anymore, I think they'll let him see out the rest of the season and just go at the end of his contract. Just for the mere fact that if they sack him, they'll probably owe him like 2-3 million, and people say the Glazers don't like to spend money anyway. So let's see what this YT says. Pep clearly learned a bit of pragmatism this year. Yeah, I have to give that to him. I can't lie. I was saying that Pep is done. He's been found out, but he's actually switched up his game this year, and I have to give it to him, bro. He switched up his. Anyways, it's so clear to see the protection of the back four is unreal. Their defense could take a nap for the majority of the game.
Yanka's loving this.
She is. However, they can't.
Do you know why I'm loving it? Yeah, because
welcome to the Yan City show.
And I was saying how Pep is such a fantastic manager, blah blah blah, and everyone was trying to tell me he's finished. He can't rebuild a squad. It's the end of the road. Blah 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 blah. And I was like, but he's trying to rebuild. Like, you can see what he's trying to do. And everyone was just shutting me down. And I was like, okay, cool. And then now everyone's like, oh shit, you were right. Like, when I say I'm always right, yeah, I'm not just saying it.
Nah.
I'm saying it because it's true.
Not true. It's not true. It's not true. It's not true. But you were right in it. But it's not true. I don't know that makes sense. But you know what I'll say? You see that last part that said the defense could take a nap for the majority of the game. Yeah. Who were you playing? I can't remember who you playing. I think it's before who did you play before the Liverpool game? Yeah. And Diaz. Yeah, Diaz went to sleep for a minute or two and had a mistake. And I swear he gave away. What game did he give away the pen? No, it was the City.
Liverpool game.
Yeah. And you're like, okay, so now I think in the Premier League, you can't go to sleep. No matter how dead the team is, yeah, your back line can't go to sleep or you'll be punished, man. You'll be punished. From the bottom.
Liverpool today.
Yeah. You did. Do you know what I mean?
We
So
were good for like what 75 minutes. Then the defense fell asleep. Kabak does a poor clearing header. They're onto us, and then boom, 7 minutes, 3 goals.
to be fair, it was Alice in Wonderland again. I don't
Well,
know what.
that's why people say the best goalkeepers are the ones who don't have much to do, but what they do have to do, they do well. Because
Yeah.
a lot of when goalkeepers are under pressure, a lot of them perform really well. Like I remember Joe Hart, yeah, when he used to play for City. When we played Barcelona and teams like that, he was unreal because he was so busy. He was like saving everything, doing really well. And then in them games where he wasn't troubled and Man City had all the ball, he'd have one save to make and he wouldn't make it. And then, do you know what I mean? That's when people were saying he's not a great keeper because he wasn't doing what he needed to do. But he used to switch off, you know, whereas like Edison, to be fair to him, doesn't do that. Like he will keep focused even if he has nothing to do, even if he's bored. Do you know what I mean? That's why sometimes he comes out to tackle players because he's bored.
The thing
He
is,
wanted to take a penalty today.
Edison has got a mistake. What?
He wanted to take a penalty today as well.
Oh yeah, of course,
You see players like that, yeah. They're actually like Edison. They're actually ballers. Like it's not like man's like a failed defender, and because of his height, they say get and go. You can tell he's actually a baller. It's like Manuel Neuer, innit? You can tell he's actually a baller, innit? But obviously he's just so sick and go. So I don't like. I would like to see him play. I would like to see him play like centre back or wherever on the pitch because I do actually think he's got a brain on him. Like the difference between Allison and Edison is Allison's like he loses concentration, and as much as he was keeping you in a few games like at the beginning of the season, yeah, he's not as good as like he actually looks. He's got a lot of camera saves in him. But then with Edison, it's like he doesn't fall asleep. He just sometimes does silly things. That's just what it is. He doesn't fall asleep. He does silly things. Whereas Allison does silly things and falls asleep. Do you know what I mean?
The thing is, like, me personally, I have to disagree. The reason why I disagree, obviously, the last 2 weeks, Allison has been diabolical. Like, there's no defending him. Like, if Klopp wants to drop Allison, I wouldn't blame him because some of the mistakes he makes are dumb. But I think with Allison, I think the issue with him, he was like him, Neuer, Edison, just the style and the way they play, they will make a mistake. Like, for example, what Alisson did against City, Edison did against Liverpool as well. He kicked the ball straight to Mane within the first 5 minutes. The only difference is City punished us and Liverpool didn't punish City. And I've seen games where Edison has kicked the ball straight to a player. One example was Che Adams, that Southampton striker, kicked it straight to him, got lobbed. And that happened again. I can't remember the team. So these goalkeepers, it does happen. It's just the issue with Alisson. His mistakes now are like costing his team games in a way where it's a tight game, it's 1-1, and then it came over.
Oh, mate. Listen, yeah, I just want to say to this, I don't care if Boateng's been ripped, 50 times. I just need a leader in that back line. Listen, let's go re-sign Evans, bruv. Johnny Evans, bring him back. I'm sure we have some sort of like buyback clause on that contract there. So let's go bring him back in it. I don't care who we get at all. Sorry, man, carry on, but I'm just going through the comments, man.
No, that was it. So like, yeah, that's why I disagree. I think in terms of like making mistakes and concentration, I put Edison and Alisson on the same level. I think Edison's distribution is fake. You saw his assist for Gundogan today was fake. Yes, for me, that is one of the biggest issues with United. Your coaching stuff. Like, why are you bringing back people like Darren Fletcher? Like, I don't get it.
So you know what? Yeah, let's actually discuss this, innit? I left my laptop in the room. Hold on one sec. Because with the Good Vibes podcast that I did on Wednesday, the one question I did want us to ask about, obviously with the Good Vibe podcast, the whole thing with that is whatever happens, innit? It's good vibes only, so I didn't actually get to ask the question in it, but I'll set this to you lot, especially as outsiders. Let me read you some stats because Abdullah says United aren't progressing with Oli and coaching staff. The tactics are inept. So I'm gonna read. So Oli, I'm gonna read the whole thing. Oli, so this is the first 100 games. Yeah, Oli played 100 games, 155, drew 21, lost 24. Top appearance maker was Marcus Rashford. Top goal scorer was Marcus Rashford in that time with 38 goals. Trophies won 0. Goals for was 181. Goals against was 100. Clean sheets were 38. Points per game was 1.86. His win rate was 55%, loss rate 24%. Goals per game were 1.81, and goals against per game was 1.0. Now Jose Mourinho, yeah, in his first 100 games, he actually won 62 of them, so he won more. He drew 23, so he drew less. He lost 15, so he lost less as well. His top appearance maker was Marcus Rashford. His top goal scorer was Zlatan Ibrahimovic with 28. The trophies won 3, so that's the Europa, Carabao Cup, and the Community Shield. Goals for was 180. Goals against was 70. Compared to 70, yeah, compared to Ollie's 100. Clean sheets was 49 again compared to Ollie's 38. Without Maguire and people, this is out of Maguire, by the way. Points per game was 2.09. His win rate was 62%, again higher. Loss rate was 15% against, again lower. Goals per game was the same at 1.8. Goals against per game was at 0.7. That's their first 100 games. Yeah. In total, Jose has managed 144 matches. He won 84. He drew 32 and lost 28. Yeah. Ollie so far. This doesn't add the what game did we play last? The Everton game. Actually, it does. Actually, tell a lie. It does. Yeah. It doesn't add the West Ham game. That's it. So Ollie has managed 125 matches. He's won 70, drew 26, and lost 29. So his win percentage is 56. And the question I asked there, the question I put at the back of those stats was, has Manchester United actually made progress under Ollie in terms of where he found us and where apparently he's meant to take us to?
From what I see, from what he took over till now, I'll say yes. The only reason is because I think United had an issue with. I think you had a lot of players who were crap, who should not have been playing for United. I know there'll be some players now that people think are crap, but you have to remember you had Ashley Young playing left back. You had Pereira.
But I didn't even think he was bad, bruv. I didn't think he was bad at the time. Yeah. Okay, from the outside view, yeah. Okay, maybe it's hard for you from the outside view because I don't think you watched Brandon Williams as much, innit? But Brandon Williams or Ashley Young, or if you had to, I don't know how to put it, because if you had to pick, I'm saying you probably go for Brandon Williams because he's the younger player.
I go for Ashley Young. But the thing is, you didn't even go for Luke Shaw. And the thing is, Luke Shaw was there when Jose was there. And that's my thing. You had Antonio Valencia right back. You had Chris Smalling and I don't know who else at centre back. In midfield, sometimes you'd be playing Mara and Fellaini. Lukaku up top. Even though Lukaku's a striker, but like he's the most static striker you ever see.
But you name those players, yeah. Like as much as Mara Fellaini, yeah, was not Manchester United quality, he performed for us when he needed to. Lukaku. His first season, he performed for us because he only played 2 seasons. Wait, was it 2 seasons to play for us? 2.5?
Two and a bit, yeah. No, 2 seasons. 2
seasons actually, yeah. Yeah. First season was on fire. Second season, I think he went on a 10-game goal drought, but Jose still played and then dropped him for Martial at one point, but it still wasn't working. But he still managed to get, I think it was 13 goals in the Prem then anyway. But he was effective to a degree. Do you know what I mean? So it's like I get what you mean, like with players that is brought in. Okay, for example, like the stat I just read out there, yeah, with Maguire in goal, Maguire in our defense, we've conceded 100 goals, yeah, in Ollie's first 100 games, yeah. Without Maguire, only 70 for Jose. So do you know what I mean? And we can't say like the strikers weren't scoring goals because Kane was still scoring, Salah was still mashing it up. Do you know what I mean? There was people that Vardy was mashing it up, Aguero was mashing it up. So do you know what I mean? There were people playing strikers that were still scoring goals. So okay, Jose parks the bus, but what's really the difference between what Jose and Ole are doing now? For me, I just think it's just freed up the strikers in certain games, isn't it? But
and for me, I thought that was important for United because I thought you had a lot of attacking talent and they needed to be freed up. But I think they needed to be freed up. Jan, read the comment. I think they needed to be freed up. I think they needed to be freed up in the system, though. Because, like, if you get out the stats now for your forward players, like Premier League numbers this season, they're pretty bad. Like they're not that great. I think pretty bad, and
Rashford is the top scorer in the Prem in terms of a striker attacker. No, in terms of striker. Okay, I guess if you put Bruno as a striker attacker, then yeah.
But Bruno's the only one in double digits.
Yeah, he's the only one.
We played 24 games. For me, that's an issue. So I think, me personally, watching United, I do think they've made progress. I think they're closer to winning the league now than when Oli got in charge. However, I still think there's still a few pieces that United need to bring in before I can say, okay, this team can win the league.
Yeah.
Because like as I said at the start, Yannicka never thought United were gonna challenge. Even when they were second, even when they were 3 points, 4 points behind City, Yannicka was just brushing them off as if they're the noisy neighbours.
Even when they were top.
Oh, say this again, bruv. Man said also, even if we get a new CB, Oli will still pick Lindelof and Maguire, bro. But you know what, yeah? What I am gonna say in Oli's defense though is Eric Bailly is injured, yeah, from a car crash that he had outside Carrington. So obviously there is really no centre backs to pick from. And I won't lie, yeah, as much as we've been singing Twanzebe, yeah, there's a couple of performances.
That's why I'm saying at the start, Yannick. United fans love overrating some of the players like Twanzebe.
He's a good centre. He was good in the Championship. He came, he started off good, he got injured. He's come in, yeah, and the games like he's come into very important games, yeah. And other than the PSG game, he's been bad. From time Demba Ba spun him, bruv. Demba Ba spun him, exactly. Yeah. That's disrespectful, yeah. That's like when Gundogan spun Thiago Silva. That's that same level of disrespect.
You see what Gundogan did today?
Bruv, he's elite. Bruv, Sanchez went to kick my man. Bruv, he's injured. My man's crippled his ankles or something, bruv. My man
do ballet. Oh yeah, do ballet.
Bruv. But it's mad. Do you know what it is? But yeah, no, with Twanzebe, like against like the Everton game, that would have been easy 3 points. But then I think that's down to Oli and the decision he made in actually picking like I get you want to park the bus, but if you can't park the bus properly, yeah, then do you know what I mean? I think it would have been more better to take Fred off and bring on a midfielder. Man went to go and bring on Twanzebe, and man gave away the foul, which led to the equalising goal. As much as you might say Maguire was offside, yeah. The error started from Twanzebe, innit? Giving away a cheap foul that didn't need to be given away in the first place. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, we love to rate our centre back so much, overrate them, overhype them, innit? So I was part of them. Manny, do you think we'll win against West Brom? Yeah. Look, I'm expecting 3 points. I can't lie to you. If we don't get 3 points, I'll be so vexed. However, I won't be surprised, innit? Because you just never know with this Manchester United team, bro. The last time we played West Brom, yeah, we won from a penalty, bro. A 1-0 from a penalty. Bruno Fernandes penalty. And then times, they didn't even have man like, what's his name? Sam Allardyce. They didn't have him. My man.
Oh, yeah, they had Slaven Bilic.
Yeah, they didn't have him. So Slaven Bilic was there trying to play saucy football, and we still only nicked 1 from them. Sam Allardyce is going to sit back here. Like, but you think Jose was the real part of the bus? Sam Allardyce will park that bus. Man will park 2 double deckers, like old school, and put a truck on top of it. That's what he would do. Do you know what I mean? So, boy, I expect us to get a win. I don't even care at this point, just for the mere fact that Leicester won against Liverpool, and I think everyone was expecting Liverpool to win because even Flawless was saying it on the stream. Every time Leicester has played a top 6 team, they haven't really performed. They only except City when they won. Was it 5-1? I think
5-2. Yeah,
5-2. And then Liverpool usually win as well against the top 6. But then I don't know because they lost against Man City. They drew with us. I don't know about the rest anyway. I haven't been following all the other games. Let me get through some of the comments quite a bit. Cozier says, of course, you can't afford to lose concentration in any game. I was more so trying to say that people look over the importance of the midfield protecting the back line from being exposed. Yes, I agree with that. The midfield does, but then I really do think the back line is more important than the midfield. Like the midfield is very important, but then if you have like a shit back line, your midfield really can't do much anyway. Do you know what I mean? Because, like, for example, with Manchester United, I think we can actually play with 2 8s. I don't see the point of us playing with a 6. I don't even remember Manchester United having a traditional number 6 that everybody's begging for. This defensive midfielder. What?
Wait,
Roy?
when you say 2 8s,
but
when you say 2 8s, do you mean in a 4-3-3 or a 4-4?
4-4. But well, when I say 2 8s, like 4-2-3-1. I think you still play 2 8s. You've got two box to box because Fred, as we've seen, we know he's not a 8. A 6, sorry, but Fred can do the 6 role well. Do you know what I mean? I think he does. He's a weird one. He's a tenacious midfielder in it, but he's not a box to. I don't know. He's not a 6 anyway. McTominay is not a 6. We know he's a box to box. Think about it. Scholes was a box to box. Roy Keane was a box to box. Michael Carrick was probably the only 6 I can remember, and he was a deep line playmaker. He wasn't that defensive and DD type of defensive midfielder that everybody wants. Do you know what I mean? The closest thing I can say that to Carrick in the Premier League is probably Ruben Neves, and I think that would be a coup for us, and it will do a lot for our midfield. Especially, imagine Ruben Neves playing alongside Fred or alongside Pogba. That's really a very good midfield there, isn't it?
Alongside Pogba, man. Fred, I don't know. No. Fred is. I think he's okay. But out of all your midfielders, I think he's the one that should be sold.
Yeah, no, I don't even think Fred should be sold. But imagine Fred. Look at this. If you see the way Fred plays here, he wins the ball, then he just gives. Imagine him winning the ball, giving it to Ruben Neves. Ruben Neves, picking out a pass. That's what Carrick used to do in our midfield, but people didn't appreciate him until the end of his career. Man would be winning ball, give it to Carrick. Carrick would ping it, ball over the top, ball to this person, ball to that person. Do you know what I mean? And that's the closest thing we have today is Ruben Neves. Manny, did you hear that Tyrone Mings might come to you?
Oh
mate. Yeah, he's left-footed as well, isn't it? And he's tall, so you never know. But then he's probably he's not as good as any of the defenders we have, but there's just something about him, like that Eric Bailly-ness of him, innit? Where he's just rash. He would go into every tackle. Do you know what I mean? He would clear balls off the line. So I do understand why he's been linked to us. Do I want him? No. Would I take him? Yes.
The player Mings.
Yeah. Bro, I'm looking at balance now. I'm not even looking at ability. I'm looking at balance right now. Because
the thing is, the way I see it, having Tyrone Mings and Harry Maguire is like having a right foot and left footed version of each other.
I see where you're coming from, but Tyrone Mings still got pace to him.
He has pace, but
he still sweeps. He sweeps up. He's a very good sweeper. That's what Maguire isn't. If Maguire is our ball playing centre back here, and Tyrone Mings is the sweeper, it could work.
Let me ask you this: Tyrone Mings, are you winning the league?
No.
Then that's it, because
no, but that's why I said. And I have to agree. If we were to get him, I wouldn't be I don't want him. If we will get him, I'll take him. Do you know what I mean? Not to say I'll be happy with him. No way, I won't, innit? But I do understand why he's being linked with us, innit? Because in terms of balance, I see where it will work, innit? But we would definitely not win the league with him, 100%. No way near it. Nowhere near it. No way near it.
How come this has turned into the Man United show?
But I tweeted that it's going to be the Man City show. I actually thought it was. But do you know what it is? Yeah, I'll just big up everyone. Oh, yeah. Big up everyone inside. Please smash a like. Sub to the channel if you haven't already. I know a couple of you are new here. I think Jose is actually new here. So big up yourself as well, innit? But no, do you know what it is? Yeah, I think because United, just so shit. Everyone's just had enough, man. Everyone's just had enough. That West Ham game, was the worst.
I didn't watch it, but my TL was.
I was doing a live watch on. We were talking 50 Cent. We're talking step up. You got served. What else were we talking? We're talking bare random things, bruv. Big up my girl at Bayern Monique and that. We're talking mad things. You get me? But yeah, no. So yeah, everyone's just done with United. I think we've realised that game because that game, yeah, West Ham rotated and they sat back, and I think we realised that, you know what, yeah, a lot of people realise that, yeah, Ollie's just not the one. As much as we might be hyped that we're second in the Prem, well, third now, Ollie's just not the one. But Cozier says the likes of Rodri, etc., make it a hell of a lot easier for players behind him. Diaz and Stones, when they're called upon, are exceptional, of course. Yan City, you can touch
Really
on
good
that.
this season, to be fair.
Huh?
Rodri's been really, really good this season.
He shot me up, I won't lie, because I was not his biggest fan. I thought he was way too slow, but yeah, he's been decent.
Yeah, he just does. I always say about him, he just does what he says on the tin. He's not a fancy footballer. Do you know what I mean? He's just he does what he needs to do when he comes off. So yeah, I like him. To be fair.
Yeah, man, you play football, or Yannicka, have you played football, or do you play football?
Nah.
Manny, you played football before, like them players who they wear black boots, they're always there early. They no tattoos, drive a standard car, maybe they're an accountant. They just do exactly what needs to be done. If the ball needs to be cleared, they'll clear the ball. That's Rodri. That is Rodri.
Yeah, no, there's this guy when I was playing with Coventry. What was his name? Was it Nash? No, Nash was the winger. But he was literally that. Yeah, this guy played every single position on the pitch. If we needed him, he would fill in. Yeah, but it's literally like his boots. Yeah, his boots were like 10 years old, didn't it? He was like, I've got boots. That's all I need. But this guy, yeah, will put in 8 out of 10 performance every single time. He will do what you need to do, the simple stuff. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, I see that in Rodri this season. But last season, yeah, I was like, yeah, this Rodri, because I was looking at him as the replacement for Fernandinho. I was just like, yo, this is a bit peak, you know. Like, how is man slower than Fernandinho? And Fernandinho's 35 years old. Like, do you know what I mean? But no, I think this season, yeah, like everyone, I think, really started off slow, except the lower leagues. And I think slower teams, sorry. And I think that's down to the amount of pre-season the top teams had. Yeah. But then with like Man City, Pep has really, really done a number there. I have to give it to him. He's changed the system. He's changed the way they're playing. It's not just tiki-taka, I'm going to pass you to the end. I've seen them give the ball to the other team, even against Liverpool, yeah? They gave the ball to Liverpool and said, okay, cool. And we're waiting for the moment, innit? And I think that's really... and I think even stuff like that does suit Rodri's game a bit better than doing the tiki-taka, quick tempo football, innit? So that's why we're seeing a lot out of Rodri this season. And I think, I don't know what they've been doing in training, but the way Pep has unlocked Borussia Dortmund Gundogan, super Gunda, that's what man's going to call him now, super Gundogan.
Zinedine
Gundogan.
Silky, Ilky.
Ilky.
Oh,
so many
oh yeah, and Kozia goes on to say, I hope I'm saying that right. Kozia. This is why, as a United fan, it's clear to me that Maguire and Lindelof are not good enough. However, if you bring in a proper defensive midfielder to our team, you will see a massive difference. Yes, I do agree. If you bring in someone like an Ndidi, yes. But then you see what Ndidi's going to do. He's going to drop in and be like a third centre back. So 99%, no, not 99%, but 80% of the time, you will actually be playing with a back three. With someone like Ndidi, you end up playing with a back three. So I get it. You have more protection for the back line because you end up playing like a back three. Because if you see the way Ndidi plays, he rarely goes past the halfway line unless the other team is sitting back. More time he's behind the halfway line. So like he's like the third centre back in a way. And you can see, because when Ndidi wasn't in the team, what did Rodgers revert the team to? It's fair enough there were other players out. He reverted to a back three. The moment Ndidi came, he went straight back to his 4-3-3. Why? Because Ndidi will be that like third centre back. He's not going to venture forward, and that's where it is. So I guess it depends on what system you really want to play, really. But then with Oli, I guess it would solve a lot of problems if you were to bring Ndidi into this Oli team. It would solve a lot of defensive problems, yes.
I
But
think
then,
you'd have an issue going forward. I
yes,
think the issue
that's
would
what
have
I'd like to say, yeah.
the issue you'd have with Ndidi is the issue you have with Wan-Bissaka. And I think even though today I think he was amazing, man of the match, I don't know how BT were watching that game and gave it to Harvey Barnes, but that's beside the issue. But there were so many times he gets the ball and Vod, like a simple ball over the top is all you need. Like just put over the top. One of those balls will stick and it'll just go side to side to side. And for Leicester, that's calm because no offense to any Leicester fans over here. I know you've won the league. That was a big achievement, but it's not as if Leicester go into each season thinking they're going to win the league. This is Manchester United, the biggest club in the world. Like you go into every game thinking you're going to win. No, it doesn't matter if you're 19th, 18th, 17th. And if you have a player like Ndidi who's always going side to side, it's going to be very detrimental.
Yeah, however, the reason, and again, the reason why it wouldn't work for Manchester United is because we don't have ball carriers. Whereas with Leicester, they have Tielemans and Maddison. These men will carry that ball, till the cows come home, like as the English people say. But that's what when I was in primary school. Till the cows come home. I don't even know what that means, but hey, but yeah, Maddison's a ball carrier. Tielemans a ball carrier. Do you know what I mean? Childry can come in and do a job to a degree. I wouldn't say Mendy. He's more like a wing back, but he plays in midfield. But them two, they're ball carriers, innit? So you can play with them in midfield if you have a Ndidi behind you. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, but with Manchester United, who do we have that carries the ball? McTominay's not a ball carrier. Okay, Pogba's a ball carrier. Bruno's not a ball carrier. Fred is not a ball carrier. Even Donny van de Beek, as good as he is not a ball carrier. Do you know what I mean? So that's where it wouldn't work with a full-on defensive midfielder in the mode of Ndidi. We have made progress, bro. Okay, that's to our earlier one. Wow, I'm at that behind with the comments. Most of our players have regressed this season. Oli has only improved the mood around the club. And this is what I said. I think he's done really well to improve the mood around the club. But yeah, I think this season, the players have regressed. Let me just get through these comments quick. Wow, we've done an hour 15 already. What's the time? Almost coming up to midnight. There's no progress. It's just vibes with this manager. Good vibes only. Is Matter alive? Boy, I forgot it was at a club the other day.
I cannot believe.
Yeah, I forgot. I completely forgot.
I forgot up until he said that. Like I was going through your team and Mata didn't even come in. But for me, Mata needs to go. And the thing, that's what I was getting at. That's why I like Oli, because there were so many players at Manchester United's club, and I kept telling my brother, until these players leave, I can't take them seriously. That's why I'm starting to take United more seriously. I'm not seeing Jones at all. There was a period where you're 1 or 2 injuries away from playing Jones in the Premier League. And that's, come on, let's be serious. You got rid of Jones, got rid of Rojo, Pereira, Lingard. Even though, I think Lingard is a good player, but I don't think he's Manchester United level. Mm-hmm. Who else? Juan Mata now, he's leaving. So that's why I'm like, okay, Oli, you're doing what was hard, getting rid of the dross at United. So that's why I do give him credit. Listen, I think that's a perfect segue because look, I wanted to avoid it, but I was thinking, Liverpool got slapped up today, and we're talking as if United lost 4-0. We need to talk about Liverpool. And before I say anything, I'm just gonna let Manny talk.
I got nothing to say, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Calm,
no, bro. What's going on with Alice though? What is going on with Alice? That's
always Alisson. 2 games in a row. The thing with Alisson, like I said earlier, these new age keepers, they love taking risks. But for me, I think there's taking risk and there's being fucking retarded. Sorry. I know that was too harsh. There's being fucking stupid. And the thing is with any Valentine's flowers for Jan. Come on, didn't you at the start? I didn't even give Valentine's.
Man, yeah, she don't do Valentine's, and I ain't gonna lie, man, I ain't even sent the KFC to her, innit? Like, I don't know why Jan's being long with that, yeah. All she needs to do is send me the address.
I sent him the address time ago. He just
big up Conrad.
Yeah, big up Conrad and stuff. Yeah, but sorry, but go over what you were saying.
Yeah, there's taking risks and there's being fucking stupid. For example, at Man City, Edison gave Mane the ball. The next time
Yeah.
Edison got that ball, Edison kicked it long. He went route one. He said, I'm getting this ball out of here. I'm not making that same mistake. Alisson against City. People say he made 2 mistakes. Man made 3. For Leicester, yeah. Man made 3 mistakes. He gave the ball away. You remember when Jamie Carragher had an orgasm on Sky? That was the first mistake he made. Then he made the second one. I'm thinking, calm. Okay, I was thinking, calm. I told you, you're a fucking idiot. And then he made the same mistake again. I'm thinking, bro, like, get the ball, get rid of it, and just play it safe. The goal today, I could not believe that was Sunday League stuff. You come up for the ball and you're not you're a Champions League and Premier League winner. You should be experienced enough to tell Kabak, look, I've got this. Don't kick it. I'll get rid of it. But no, he's moving mad. And he needs to fix up quick, because if he doesn't, teams are going to be confident. I was telling guys, like, which stream was it with Yannicka? 3inMidfield. Go check that out if you haven't. Yannicka, the first thing Yannicka said was it wasn't a 4-1 game, and it wasn't. But the reason that became 4-1 is because we made a lot of mistakes in a short period of time. Today, we conceded 3 goals in 7 minutes, and one of the mistakes was Alisson. If you have a keeper that makes mistakes, you're just going to give teams confidence. They're going to think, wow, we don't need to play well for 90 minutes. We just need to show up for 5-7 and we'll win. And if a team has that in their head, it's curtains. And Liverpool need to fix that. And Curtis Jones, look, I don't know what game you're watching. No offense, Conrad. He was okay, but I felt like he was playing football like it was the under-23s. For example, a cross comes in from a corner. Manny, deep it. Let's say you're defending a corner and Pogba gets the ball and Pogba passes it back to your fullback in the box. Wouldn't you be like, bro, what you did?
Yeah.
That's what Man was doing today, you know. Man was playing football like under 23. like as good as.
Do you know what? I think it's got to his head, innit? Because when Curtis Jones is coming, yeah, you know when he's coming, you're like, oh, this suit is actually saucy on the ball, like the way he moves in it. And I think he's got into his head now, yeah, and he's doing dumbness basic stuff that you shouldn't do. He's doing, innit? And that's what it is. I think that's how I see it, man.
But now with the Liverpool, like, I think we can make top 4, but that's more based on hope rather than logic. If I was to go the way we're playing now, I can't lie. I think Liverpool will finish 5th or 6th because we haven't won more than 3 games in a row. Our form is relegation form. I think we have one of the worst away records in the league. Now we have one of the worst home records in the league. I don't know. We played well against City for 60 minutes and lost 4-1. We played well against Leicester for 75 minutes and lost 3-1. Brian came to Anfield and were pressing us and playing like Barcelona. Burnley, Nick Pope was doing night vigil. He wasn't doing anything, and they won 1-0. Like, there's so many examples of us not playing well or playing well and losing. So, like, there's not at the moment. I don't have confidence in Liverpool. It's sad. It's sad for a fan of the defending champions to say that, but that's just how it is at the moment.
Liverpool are just white teeth FC. I don't know who did Klopp's thing, yeah, teeth. But listen, I could hook man up with my mum. But do you know what? Yeah, like it's what we've just gone past midnight, if I believe. Yes, 1 minute past midnight. It's been a 6-6 show. It started a bit late today. To be fair, we always start late. It's normal, innit? Everyone's got shit to do. Everyone's got things to do. But big up to everyone inside. I think at one point we had about 20 people watching at this time, which is good. So big up to all of you. Smash the like button. Just before we go, as you man can probably see, I've got like a little new logo in the corner. So I want to shout out my guy, Daniel Justin from the Crazy 8 Studios. And this has been the Friends and Foes show. Peace out to everyone and enjoy your weekend. Bless.
In a bit, guys.